Thanks for joining us. It is Monday morning, and word came into the KIRO Newsradio newsroom in the 5 a.m. hour that some 1,100 employees at Starbucks corporate are going to lose their jobs. The announcement comes through tomorrow midday. That's the announcement from the new CEO at Starbucks. And joining us is G. Scott from the Gee and Ursula Show. G, what did you make of this story when you found out about it?
First of all, I'm just tired of hearing and talking about stories where people are losing their jobs, right?
100%.
It seems like every day that we open up our phones to look at social media, we see the news, all of the headlines are about someone who is losing their job. And I think that when you make it personal, since we're talking about Starbucks and their offices, they have some in Toronto, their head office in Toronto, they have some here, of course, here in Seattle. We don't know how many will lose their jobs here, but you know that there would be some type of impact. I also thought that I kind of understand, right? We see what companies are doing right now. I think, there's a lot of companies that are preparing maybe for if the economy does fumble up a little bit coming up. So a lot of companies are bracing for that. The same way some of you personally with your families are buckling up and kind of bracing for if the economy kind of falls a little bit. Like, I think there's a lot of people that are tightening their belt, if you will. Now, I'm going to talk about this specific story and what really stood out to me. While I understand that all companies have to do what's best for their company, I'm glad that none of the cuts will be made with the baristas, and they call them partners, in the stores. At the same time, what stood out to me is they talked about the Niccol, who is the new CEO. He talked about how the vice president up will be required still to be in the office, whether it's Toronto or Seattle, 3 times a week. In the hybrid model, they're not going to go away from there. There's going to be a mandatory where you have to go in 3 days a week. Okay, everything's cool. Until I saw one part. When it was said that Niccol, his office is in Newport Beach, and Newport Beach, California, y'all, and he will fly up to SoDo when needed. What? Wait, what?
That must be nice.
You know what I mean? The whole saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. You got a lot of people like, okay, bruh, I got to go to work, but you chilling in Newport Beach. But again, private company, they do what they want to do. I just wanted to tell you, Charlie, what stood out to me.
Well, and that sends a message to the rank and file, right? And what really bothers me, and it always hurts when we do these stories about layoffs, especially with local companies. You know darn well somebody listening right now is a Starbucks employee who is going to lose their job tomorrow. And a lot of times we just hear about these layoffs and it becomes like this nebulous thing. We don't think about it. But these are real people being impacted,
people.
And it's sad when we hear about that, and it doesn't seem like the greatest message if the CEO is remote. I'm sure he'll make the argument that he's making these big picture decisions effectively, but it sure does suck, for lack of a better word, for people who are here in Seattle.
Yeah, look, I think that any of us who have ever been around a job when layoffs have happened. Most of the time when layoffs happen at your company, they don't make the headlines, right? A lot of companies out here, or especially over the last year, have had to tighten their belts. Like you said, Charlie, like, okay, it's one thing to, there's this many people and this. No, when it gets personal and it's you or it's your neighbor or it's your loved one, it gets real. Right? Family decisions, tough ones, have to be made when someone loses their job. So, Charlie, to be honest with you, I'm really sick and tired of waking up every single day hearing about people losing their jobs.
And just a pro tip for anybody in management, what I think people want to hear is if you are doing layoffs, you want to see managers rolling up their sleeves and getting into the business and not working remotely and not, being locked up in an office, but out there showing people that there is a way forward.
Yeah. Charlie, I just want to say it's good to have you back, bruh.
I missed you, G.
Yeah, I missed you. Hey, look, I don't know if Sully told you, but while you were gone, we've been doing these hits together.
Yeah.
Y'all need to work on my lighting, bruh. Cause your lighting is different than my lighting, and it just ain't working out. Look at this. Mine keeps fading in and out. Y'all got bootleg lighting on your boy, bruh. Look at it.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I tried that on Friday.
That's better. Look. That's what I'm saying. Come on now. Let me get some lighting. Y'all got me that DEI lighting. I need that back.